Yeah, so my name's Alwa Gordon. I'm from Santa Cruz, California, which is kind of a sleepy little surf town. It's south of the Bay, San Francisco Bay Area. We're about 2 hours south of there, about an hour south of San Jose. Yeah, it's pretty chill. A lot of my music, I want to say, is influenced by like my childhood and growing up here, where you have like really big like surf and skateboard elements, but then on the underlying of that, you have like a lot of like racism. So for me, it's difficult because obviously I'm not white, right? But I'm a part of a culture that has underlying racism in it, and you can hear some of those struggles in the album that I'm dropping, 16 Summers, where I'm kind of talking about that duality of appreciating where I'm from, but also recognizing there's a lot of things that have to change. You know, not just that. There's also a really big issue with like homelessness here, drug use, opioid use. So it's a beautiful place. But I think a lot of people that just visit here don't understand like the depth of some of the things that happen here. Yeah, when I first got started in hip hop, it was back when I was 16. I didn't start it, but it was a crew got started called Can't Stop Us. And it was me and I think 3 other homies. We were all friends, and I had written poetry before that, and it was like, hey, do you want to be like a part of a rap crew? And it was like, of course, like these are my homies, whatever. I would have said yes to whatever, right? Like it could have been anything. So we all got started rapping, and at the time when I first started, I was rapping just to rap. Like I was rapping shit that I thought people would like. At the time I was listening to 50 Cent, and I wasn't really like, I would just rhyme words, you know, like I wasn't really focused on the story or the impact of my words. It was just like, hey, I want to rap, okay, this sounds cool. And then over time, as I started like taking those words and actually performing shows, I started realizing that there's so much more to it than just, hey, I want to rap 2 words. Now, and like throughout the process of 16 Summers, I had to really dig deep. And advice I always give to artists now is, rather than trying to say what you think people want to hear, just tell your story. And with 16 Summers, it's really just me telling my story of where I've been, the places that I've been, the people that I've met, the people that I've lost, the people that I forgot about, the people that I've loved, and just my experience through that. So now when you hear the music, it's not just me rapping to rap. Like I gave rapping to rap up a long time ago, and now I'm just trying to tell my story. I've been making music probably for over 16 years now, but I didn't take it serious, I want to say until 2016. So in 2016, I started a label called 88 Over Everything. And at the time, I was going through really like transformative period in my life, where my whole life up to that point, I always felt like I had let things happen to me, or I let the world happen to me, and I never really was comfortable like getting what I wanted out of life. Like I just felt like I kind of just got what I got and I accepted it, you know. I was born in 1988, so I wanted it to be 88 over everything, and it's just this concept of, you know what, it's my time. Like that's it, that's the bottom line. It's my time and I'm gonna get what I want. Once I created 88 Over Everything, it was kind of like a renewed passion for music and a renewed passion for this. So I initially started out doing cover songs. So I did a cover of the Panda song. I did a cover of the 7 Years, and I uploaded them to YouTube. And then I also started filming music videos for other people. And that's where 88 Over Everything really got started. And then from there, it's just been like, I started booking shows. I started doing shows, and I became the person in Santa Cruz that does hip-hop shows. I started a podcast that's produced by 88 Over Everything, and that kind of took off. So yeah, I would say probably the past 3 years is where I took everything a lot more serious. So 16 Summers is kind of a concept. So I never got to shoot the actual like video that I wanted, but the idea that I have for 16 Summers is essentially you have this man who walks into a church, and he goes to talk to the pastor, and it's during confession. And you don't really hear what he's confessing, but he talks to the pastor, and he's apologizing, and the pastor says, well, how long has it been since your last confession? And he says, 16. And the pastor says, well, what do you mean 16? He says, it's been 16 summers since my last confession. And that was the whole concept behind it, was I had spent so long not saying how I felt about certain things and not living in my own, where 16 Summers was like, man, this is the time to confess some things, but also just be real with myself. This is a quote from a song that I had off a mixtape called The Rise of a King. And the quote goes, I fell in love once, I can't remember her name. We all used to dream, I remember when it changed. And I think that kind of embodies a lot of like my life and also like my music. And when I said that, I was saying, you know, I'd only really experienced true love once, but at the time I was writing the song, I'd already forgotten who she was. And we all used to think that we could achieve our dreams, but I remember the moment that we gave up.
I just wanna make it before I go. I don't wanna die on another empty road. Praying every night before every show. We gon' watch that sunrise, never die for the go. Cause it's one shot down, the next one coming. Get out the car, man, you better start running. You think we gon' lose, you got another thing coming. Hanging up my phone, I got another thing coming. If you knew me back then, you would say my ego's